Welcome everyone. This is going to be the first tutorial in a couple of tutorials that shows you how to make an augmented reality experience using Adobe Aero. So this is mainly made for my students who are working on an abstract exhibition. And I want to show you how we can use the painting program Pixlr to create a layered composition and then bring it over and get it ready for an AR experience. So you'll see over here on the right, I have 4 layers. I'm just going to go ahead and add in a 5th and final layer. Maybe something like that. Okay, so I've just added in that little red element there. So I've got a total of 5 layers, it looks like. So if you want to do AR, you can either have this be a flat composition, in which case it'll have no depth. It'll just be a flat image that shows up in AR, and that will work. But the real magic is when you can separate the layers and put some depth and distance in between those layers. Okay, so if you want to do that for a full experience, I'm going to show you how to do that now. So what you want to do is we have to download these layers separately so that we can reconstruct them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide and turn off all of these, and I'm just going to start off with the bottom layer. The bottom layer is visible. And then I'm going to go ahead and do File Save, and I'm going to go ahead and save these all as PNGs. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll just call this layer 1. There we go, and it's a PNG, and I'll go ahead and I'll download that. Now I'll go ahead and I'll hide layer 1 and I'll turn on layer 2, only layer 2. And again, File Save, PNG, call it layer 2, and download. Okay, so I'm going to repeat that for all of these images here, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and you can see down here at the bottom of my browser, I have 5 layers. Now, how many layers should you do for this project and for AR? AR works best if you can stick to 6 layers. It'll just make it a faster, smoother experience. So what you might need to do if you have more than 6 layers is you might need to come to your layers and you might need to merge some of your layers down, and that will glue them together. Okay, so this next step is for my students who are going to be turning in their files online. So you could turn in all of your layered images to our Schoology program. Or you could come to this website right here called EasyZip, and this will zip up or bundle up all of your files into one. So I'm going to go here to Zip Files Online. I'm going to click on Choose Files, and I'm going to go ahead and grab all 5 of my PNG layers, say Open, and then I'll go ahead and click on Zip Files. Went pretty quickly. I'll click on Save Zip File, and I now have a download called easyzip.zip. Okay, you don't have to change the name, but you can see that everything is in there. Okay, so this next step is for my students only. You would next go to Schoology. You would go to Submit Assignment, and you would submit this zip file. And when I download it, I will get all of your images bundled up into one. So it makes it easier for you and makes it easier for me. Okay, so this next step for my students, I'm just going to show you what I'm going to be doing on my end of things here in the lab, just so you can understand how this process works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open up your zip file. So let's say this is your file you sent me. I'm going to open it up, and hey, there are your images. So now I'm going to go ahead and take your layered images into Photoshop. And this is just me setting up a canvas that will mimic what you had. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring them in. So I'm just going to drag and drop them in. And you can see that they come into the composition. Okay, so there we go. I've got the composition here. Layer 1, Layer 2, Layer 3, 4, and 5. So now what I would do, and I can see that the background needs a slight bit of adjusting here. There we go. Okay, so now what I would do is I would then, I would of course save this and get ready to send this over to the Adobe Aero program. All right, so I'll do that. And then I'm going to then go ahead and send this over to Aero, which is our AR program. And you'll see that I'm clicking on Preserve Layers. And I'm going to go ahead and get that over there. And there we go. Okay, so it takes a little time because it has to copy over through the cloud. So I'll be right back. All right, so here we are now in Adobe Aero, and these are all of my crazy little experiments. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new project. And here we are in 3D space. And I would go ahead and add in your project that you sent me. And there it is. It comes into 3D space. I can make this bigger or smaller. I'm going to go ahead and bump it up just so we can see it better. Okay, so there it is there. And then the cool thing is that I can change the layer spacing. So for instance, if I do that, you'll see, kapow, there it is, your composition in 3D space. Okay, I'm not going to go in and edit the layers or anything like that. I just want to show you that you can create a sense of depth here. Okay, so now I would go ahead and I would create a link that would then be able to be shared by other people. So I'm going to go ahead and download what's called a QR code and save it there. And if you want to try this out at home, if you're watching this video, let me, there we go. There's the QR code. So if you scan it with your phone, you should then be able to download Adobe Aero, which is free. You do not have to have a Creative Cloud account, and you should be able to see this AR demo oil paint thing that I've made here, and you should be able to place it on your table, your desk, your floor, etc. Okay? All right. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can record my experience just so that you can see what it would look like when it's all done. So I'll be right back. Hey everyone, so here is the finished product, and I'm going to go ahead and move around and show it to you so you can see the depth of the layers. This is just me in my classroom. There we are. And so there you go there. Now this is an example of having a background. As you can see, it's completely opaque. Now another cool thing that you could do with this is you could not have a opaque background. You could just have a transparent background, and then we would really be able to see through the entire piece and the composition. Okay, So here we go. So from start to finish, there is just your first Adobe Aero oil painting composition. I hope this helps you out. Enjoy.